The pre-facelift Verna was already a good-looking car. There was nothing particularly wrong with it. But there was always something missing, and I think somebody in the Hyundai design team took notice of that, because unlike the pre-facelift, what the new Verna is really good at is making an entrance. Hyundai recently has been launching cars which have generated quite polarizing views around their design. But no matter how subjective looks may be, there's no two thoughts around the fact that this is a good looking car. I really like how the headlamps fuse ever so effortlessly with the new grille design. The grille itself is no longer understated and has that in-your-face styling thanks to its massive size and excellent use of chrome, adding to the overall blink quotient. The daytime LED treatment, though subtle, is very well balanced and sort of concludes the overall front design. Here in the SX you get projector headlamps, unlike the SX optional variant which sports full LEDs. So all in all, this is a spectacular looking front end which was much needed to add to the overall appeal of what was an already good looking car. Moving to the sides, things have not changed much here, but that's a good thing, as none was required. The car looks very well proportioned and has a close to coupe-like roofline that diffuses ever so elegantly into the tail area of this car. To add to the premium feel, the side profile too has been garnished with tasteful use of chrome across the belt line. The wheels are 5-spoke gunmetal 16-inch units, which for the variant and price look decent enough. Sure, the SX optional has better wheels, but these two suit the car just fine. Coming to the rear, things haven't changed much, but subtle updates in the taillight design with well executed LED treatment, plus a dual tone bumper with some more chrome garnish and some fake air breathers together provide an air of freshness to the rear section. Kind of looks sporty too. The best thing though has to be the self-opening front tailgate. You have to just approach the car with the key in your pocket, and after 4 blinks, boom, the boot automatically opens up for you. What you see next is impressive too, as you get a very usable 480 liters of boot space, which though may not be class leading, but is still of a decent shape and size. However, the front seats don't fold down, and this is all you get. At the rear, you are greeted with dual tone interiors, seats with a well-shaped center armrest, rear AC vents, and what acts as a boon in summers, rear windscreen sunlights. However, something that you immediately notice is that space in here is not as generous as some of its rivals like the Honda City and Maruti Suzuki CS. That being said, knee room is still fine. Headroom can be a little tight though for taller passengers thanks to the swooping roofline. Sitting 3 abreast, 2 is going to be a bit of a squeeze in here. All in all, if rear seat comfort is your top priority, you will be better off with something like a Honda City. Moving to the front, you have keyless entry, but that's only for the driver's side. Inside, it's mostly good news. Dash feels thoughtfully well designed, fit and finish is top notch and will satisfy any OCTs you might have. Sure, there are some hard plastics on the dashboard, but all regular touch points are finished with high quality soft touch material. Wish they added some padding on the door armrest, but it still is just fine. You get a completely digital multi-information display for instrument binnacle, which is nice and easy to read. We are still not a big fan of digital tachometers though. Inside, you also get a decent size cooled glove box, wireless charging to conveniently charge your smartphones on the move, and a decent size sunroof, which is amazing considering this is not the top variant and makes this SX variant an incredible value for money. Another piece of attraction here is the 8-inch IPS touchscreen infotainment display unit, which is fluidic and easy to use. The best part of this system, and something I think all cars should have, is the provision of driver's rear view monitor. Now this is brilliant, so when you are driving you don't need to worry about passengers in the back blocking your view or dirty rear glass, as with this option you can always get a good view of what's moving behind you. As for the speakers, here's a demo for you to listen to.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us.
Don't know if you were able to judge, but the sound quality from these speakers is pretty decent. So what really matters now is how the car drives. Well, the moment you start moving in this new Verna, you immediately notice significant improvements over the previous generation. This car feels very composed off the line, and there is no drama even when you start picking up speeds. What comes as a surprise though is how well weighted the steering feels. It is light years ahead from previous generations and unlike what we have earlier seen on Hyundais. There is no vagueness or play in the steering, and it does respond well to even the smallest of inputs, which makes this a very precise unit. However, you still end up wishing for more feedback in terms of what's happening between the road and the tires. By no means, however, should you consider this as a deal breaker, as although the response from the steering may not tickle the driving enthusiast in you, but in normal daily driving conditions, it is a boon to live with. And it's not just the nice to use steering, but the light clutch, smooth gear shifts, plush low speed ride quality are all things that act as a perfect recipe for a great city car. To conclude, Verna is a car that does not ace at doing any one thing, but is among those few that remains marginally away from acing at all.